I think we should start killing kids until they let us use whatever bathroom they want.
Welcome back, fellow faithful, to your daily digest, and you heard him correctly. As long as you put the word comedy somewhere in the sentence, you can say whatever you want to and just ignore the number of individuals who are laughing at children being killed so that people can use the bathroom that they would like to use. Today, I'm going to give you a grab bag of just some of the worst takes that I found while scrolling through social media and X. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of these. Hit that like button, and let me give you this first one. How do secular individuals, stereotypically on the left, view children, especially when it comes to the concept of abortion? Take a look. Don't say I didn't warn you.
They praying to God, but he can't help you in this situation. Daddy, I got you. Daddy, I love you. Daddy, my pop. Daddy, my best friend. Daddy did one.
In case you couldn't see the screen, that caption read that she was mentally preparing for her second trimester abortion next week. That's the mentality that they have. What they view as just a simple procedure to do on a Tuesday, I personally view as premeditated murder. But in case that's enough of an example for you on this wonderful day, take a look at another one who's a little bit more overt in how she describes young children.
For a second, I do not want your fucking fermented fruit crotch goblin from your one-night condomless stand to come up and touch me in public. Where the fuck are you? I'm so sick of so many of you keeping that baby when you didn't want it, and now it's a menace in everyone else's life.
Gonna do my best to try and get rid of the cursing on this one. And I also didn't flip my camera, so I know it looks like to you I'm not even paying attention to the screen. Maybe we'll fix it, maybe we'll let it go. But a fermented crotch goblin is what we're referring to children as nowadays, not little humans that are meant to be protected and brought up into society. She doesn't want to show your child that your children actually can be safe within their community. No. Don't you dare let this child come up to this lady. The bright side is most parents probably are not going to let their child walk up to this woman. For the last video, I have something slightly different, more on the political side of the house. But if I have a million examples of individuals who want to commit political violence while at the same time telling you that you're wrong for who you voted for, I will have a million videos too many. Take a look at this very, very interesting take.
It really sucked for the red hats when the shoe is on the other foot and people start going door to door asking if they voted for Trump in the last round or if they still support MAGA. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that make you feel threatened? You think social punishment ain't a thing? You think everybody's ready to do all this again another 40, 50 years or however long it takes them? If you guys were to use any critical thinking skills and take a look around for 2 seconds, you would realize that numbers-wise, y'all are screwed. It wouldn't matter how much firepower y'all had. It would not matter how much you guys tried to... I mean, January 6th was a prime example of how crappy everything is and falling apart. Oh, that was just a test run. Yeah, the test run looked like shit. Your leaders couldn't even cover for their own ass correctly. The way they redacted those files. Makes sense, though. Y'all just love the patriarchy, and we all know how common weaponized incompetence is within patriarchy. How does it feel to know that the head orange toad basically has to be cleaned up after every about 10 minutes from just shitting himself constantly? That's not true. Look it up. I dare ya. But we all know you're not going to do that because you're too scared. You guys are chicken shits. You guys won't research anything because you guys know you're going to find answers you're not going to like.
You guys won't research anything because you're going to find answers you won't like. No, I'm not going to look up whether or not President Trump has somebody whose job is to professionally wipe his anus after he's done with any kind of presentation he has, because my focus is on Christ and my focus is on the community around me. But since we're on this subject, why not? Did you look up what was happening to President Biden when he was in office and he had issues walking off the podium? Did you look into his mental declining state? And we do pray for former President Biden. We hope that he actually genuinely is all right with his cancer diagnosis, because we're not monsters that hope that individuals get harmed. But since we're talking about some of these facts, and you said that I don't care how much firepower you have, you kind of do have to say that whenever you have a video like this, Because if you did care about the firepower, you would realize that the majority of firearms in the United States of America are not in the hands of liberals and Democrats. They're in the hands of, well, one, sure, individuals who are conservative. They're also in the hands of people who are going to use them illegally. But we don't have to talk about that either because it might also hurt feelings. I do hope that this young lady, after she had her emotional outburst on the video, I do hope that she did actually take her own advice and look into some of the things that she was saying, because the comment section, as you can imagine, absolutely feasted on this woman. Let's look at a couple of comments from individuals around the world in response to this woman's rant. Eric Job said, "Should we fly our American flags at our homes to make it easy to identify us? Because no liberal dare fly an American flag." It is a really interesting concept. You notice that if you see a house with an American flag on the outside, pretty much everybody assumes that house belongs to someone with conservative ideology. How about the gal who said, "Go ahead, come to my door and see what happens, lady"? You'd be surprised. Most of the comments on this sounded exactly like this. It's all fun and games to talk about knocking on someone's door and dragging them out because they voted a different way than you like, until you actually knock on someone's door and try to drag them out for not voting the way that you like. Lastly, T. Tiger said, "Identify her, make her famous, inform her employer, make her fired, make her ruined. Zero tolerance. These people must be brought down, and in case their threats are actually illegal, they also must be brought to justice. Every single one of them." Well, Tiger makes a good point. There are supposed to be consequences for saying things that could possibly elicit violence, for saying things that are factually inaccurate that could encourage others to go harm somebody else. To directly say that, hey, it's all fun and games until we knock on your door and drag you out for the way that you voted. That's a great point that Tiger makes. Maybe we should be looking into who these individuals are, so those repercussions. I'm not going to say ruin her life, because at the end of the day, this is a Christian platform. We don't want her life to be ruined. We want her to be prepared for the day of judgment. We don't want her to fall into the category of those individuals that are helping usher in damnation on this world. But let's go to scripture, as we always do, to close out this video so that you can go into the rest of your week a little bit more informed on what's going on around you. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13, it reads, "But evil men and impostors will grow worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived." So if you're someone out there who's looking at the nation around you and you're thinking, wow, this is really getting bad, and for some reason, lies are becoming reality, and every individual I seem to talk to somehow is worse than the one before them, well, this is scripturally foretold. What we can do in situations like this is keep ourselves informed. Of course, it's why you're here, and reach out to community and have that fellowship that's going to get us through those hard times. So if you haven't considered already, please consider joining the Garden Project. We're coming together with fellowship and service so that we can understand scripture and usher in revival in the United States of America. No denominations, no arguments, simply service and trying to build up the community that's directly around you. Drop me a comment if you've already enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the world around us. Leave a like if you haven't already. And please do not forget to subscribe so we can see you back here again. I've been AT, and this is the Garden Project Radio.